Hello, everybody. How are you doing? Welcome to another episode of Wisdom Moments on K24 with me, C.J Atemo. And I hope that you have been having the best of your days, just joining us each and every day. Remember, we come every day to you and every weekday, Monday to Friday, right here on K24, your favorite station, so you keep it locked right over here. Have you subscribed to my YouTube channel, C.J Atemo? Have you followed me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and even connected with me on LinkedIn? On all my platforms, I am C.J Atemo, so please go ahead, subscribe to the YouTube channel, set notifications for videos, watch, like, share, and of course, comment. Let us get to know what this means to you. We need to get your feedback. And to do that effectively, sometimes you want to tell us what you need us to talk about. You can use email, the email address cjatesol@gmail.com. Of course, it's right there on your screen, but some people will tell you, I didn't see that clearly. So, well, cjatesol@gmail.com. Send in your requests or your suggestions. If you need some clarification on something that I have dealt with and handled, well, I'll be so glad to do that. You could as well also send a DM on my Instagram or reach out on the page through the message, and I will do my best to respond in the earliest of times. Today, I want to talk about eliminating excuses. We are getting towards the end of the year, and there are a lot of things that we told ourselves that we wanted to do. Well, we probably did not figure out that this year was going to be the kind of year that it has been, especially around the month of March. People got into 2021 with a lot of hopes, high hopes and aspirations, and having the thought that, we were done with COVID-19 in 2020. And so people were coming in energized with plans. But then when we just took off like this, we ran into turbulence. And so for some people, they never got to recover. And for some people, then they began to make excuses. And they started planning for another year, 2022. And so they're pushing all their dreams to the next year. But today we've got to talk about how you really have dealt with your year. And you see, it is not over yet, because we are just right here within around September, and we've still got about 4 months to go in this year, and you can still do something about the things that you dreamt about, the resolutions that you made, and the plans and purposes that you had. One of the excuses that people have really made is that COVID has stopped them. I do understand that economies were affected, and that jobs were lost, and that businesses were affected, and people have lost people. There has been a lot of pain, there's been a lot of emotional trauma. But even within that season, there are people who started companies, there are people who found love, there are people who went to school, there are people who started projects, there are people who had the best of their days. It just depends on how you look at it. No matter how much you are affected, and no matter how much you have been hit by it, you can always rise up from the ashes. See, you cannot mourn about lost opportunities forever. You cannot keep on talking about how you lost your job last year, and we are 1 year, 5 months, or 6 months down the line. In the 18 months, surely you've got to find something that you can do. Maybe you will not find the thing that you wanted to do, or you may never get back into the thing that you used to do. But if you were determined to do something, you will always find something to do. Opportunities are all around us, because opportunities are presented to us in the form of people. The people who come around us will show us things that we can do. Sometimes in rebuilding your life and starting afresh, you have to start with what is available, not exactly what is desirable. You take what is available and begin to work your way to the thing that you desire. So to sit down and begin to imagine that there's nothing you can do because what you used to have was taken away from you is to make excuses. To make another excuse. See, people will say things are bad for everybody. That's not the truth. There are people who are not doing as bad as you think. Just recently, several banks posted half-year profits, and it is absolutely crazy. They're hitting quite some good numbers in a year like this. It means that the economy is also picking up. So these people are making their profits. And there are certain organizations that will tell you that they're getting up. There are organizations that have started to give pay rise to people because they are doing better than they were doing at some point. You cannot assume that just because you are going through something, everybody is. You may be in the same storm, you may be in the same dark night, you may be in the same kind of pressure, but then attitude means everything, and attitude is everything. There are people who will embrace it, and there are people who actually cherish those moments when they are challenged because they thrive in such circumstances. So whereas you will imagine that everybody is going through things and everybody has given up, the truth is not everybody has given up. There are those who are waiting for such opportunities as these just for them to thrive. Excuse number 3 that anybody would have is that nobody's helping me. You know, everybody has to do something for themselves. If you always wait for people to help you, you will be upset with people, you will be frustrated, and you will be angry. Why? Because sometimes people can't even help themselves. So they don't have the energy, they don't have the presence of mind to help the next person. Sometimes they're just trying to survive, or sometimes they're helping too many people already. So when you are angry with them and say, nobody's helping me, most people who help people never talk about their own battles. They never talk about their own struggles. People who give will mostly struggle to receive. They struggle to ask people for help because they feel they have to help people and be there for people. And sometimes you will imagine that you're the only one who is asking for help, yet probably in that particular day, 4 or 5 people are asking for help. Let's try and put it in perspective. Let's say you're asking somebody for just 3,000 shillings. So you say that's little money to this person because they seem to earn much. But what if 10 people also think the same and they feel that this person can afford 3,000, so let me ask them. If they were to respond to everybody and give them that money, it means that in that particular day they've got to give about 30,000. If you were to multiply that by 30, it means that just by the little 3,000, this person has got to give about 900,000 in a month. See, when you look at it from a selfish perspective, then you think that people are not helping you because you only see you. But helpers generally have a lot of people that they've got to help. The last thing that sometimes we will think about and make an excuse for is that there are no jobs, so there is nothing that can be done. There is always something that can be done. No matter the season, no matter the dryness, no matter how broke you are, there is always something. You can volunteer somewhere. You can go and make connections with people. You can always show up in a place where you will not be paid. You can offer services. You can offer advice. There is always something that you can do. If you're not getting jobs, then why don't you just begin to do something else with people? I was talking to a gentleman one time who had been in a certain sector for so long, and he was struggling to get another job. And I said, why don't you use your experience and expertise to begin advising other people who are starting up the thing that you used to be in? Even if you do it for free, you will be building your portfolio, you'll be building networks, you will be gaining favor with these people, and when they are ready to pay and when they can't pay, or when they get their conscience right and they start thinking, well, this person has been helpful to us, they may just pay you. So don't make excuses for not doing anything. You can still rise, dream, act, and fulfill everything that you desired to do in 2021. These have been Wisdom Moments on K24 with me, C.J Atemo. Till the next time.